Kicked out of 2 different high schools. I graduated from an alternative school. Never once did I think this Dr. Damon Arnold guy existed inside of me. Now understand this.
Hey, what's good, what's good, what's good? It's your boy, Dr. DF Arnold, and you know what we do, bringing you another episode of The Power Plan. Hey, in this episode, I'm breaking down a little bit of this. That's right, the pyramid of purpose. See, when I created that, I created it based on understanding that we all have a purpose. We all have something that we were positioned and planted on this earth to do. We all have a purpose, and I believe that we came to this earth with a purpose. We just didn't know how to articulate ourselves. But through our journey, we started discovering some things that we were good at. We started discovering some things that we weren't good at. But it was the things that we were good at that came easy to us. That's in alignment with our purpose. So what happens is when we get distracted by different things trying to keep us from our purpose, what's happening is we have to learn from those distractions in order to get right back into position where we can achieve our purpose. But those distractions allow us to learn different things. So when we're in our purpose, we can pull out our toolbox worth of information in order to help other people. See, you become the expert even though you were sitting up crying, wondering why am I going through this? Why do I keep going through this? And you didn't know why you were going through it. But that thing you were going through, that problem is going to produce the process that needs to be understood and is going to allow you to articulate yourself to be able to help somebody else. So the reason you went through it is to help somebody else understand that if you made it through it, got kicked out of 2 different high schools, graduated from an alternative school, still can't stay at math to this day, still not good at science, but I had to do those things to go on and receive an associate's degree, a bachelor's degree, 2 masters, and a PhD. It's not about how I started, it's how I finished that count. And it only happened when I started being comfortable talking about the things that I was weak at and understanding that it didn't matter that I was weak at this because I knew what my thing was. My thing was this. My thing was the ability to help other people understand that they have a purpose, that they have something inside of them. So when I started to understand that, that's when my life started to change. But here's what I started to understand as well, that I can continue to go through the things that I was going through and settle for a $2 bill when a $20 bill was right there. See, too many times we've been settling for this when we can have this. See, it's all about choices. It's all about the choices that you make and continue to make and the discipline that you apply to when it comes to your purpose. See, too many times we're settling for this when we can have this, and the only reason why we settle for this is because we think that this is all that we're worth. And we're worth way more than this. We're worth way more than this. But this is not the same as this. But we've been settling for this because we've been figuring that, oh, well, maybe that's all I can get. No, that's not all you can get. When you start to understand that you're worthy, when you start to understand that you have something inside of you that only you can do. It's something inside of you that only you can bring to the world, and it won't come to the world the same way it needed to come to the world if you don't bring it to the world. See, all of those things you've been through, all of that pain, all of that crying, it was all for a reason. See, I always talk about a toolbox, and I say, you know what? The reason why we have so many tools that we've collected to put in our toolbox is because if we didn't have all these different tools, when somebody needs us, when we're in our purpose and somebody needs us, we're able to pull out the different tool that will apply to them. See, if all we had was a hammer inside of our toolbox, then all we can hope that comes in our path is nails. And we understand that our friends, we got pliers, we got screwdrivers, we got all different type of people who are going to need us to help them understand that it's not how you start, it's how you finish that counts. And this is what I went through, so let me tell you, this is what I would do. Now, they can either take it or not take it. That's their choice. And we all have choices, just like you have a choice to understand that you are worth more than what you've been doing, and you can do more than what you've been doing, and you can have more than what you've been having, but you have to make a different choice and understand that you're worth it, that you're worth living the life that you choose to live. See, you're where you at right now and doing what you're doing because that's what you decided that you're worth. See, you made a decision based on what you think that you're worth. So when you start putting yourself and holding your posture where you understand and you know what? No, I'm not settling anymore. I'm not dropping to that standard anymore. I used to work for $2, but now I ain't working for $2 anymore because I know what I bring to the table is worth more than that. Do you think these successful people that we see, do you think they go into the meetings and they not negotiating? Don't you think when Sprint, AT&T, when they're bringing these different entertainers in, don't you think these entertainers, we hear how The Rock makes $20 million a picture. We hear how these people make, do you think that he's going to settle and take $2 million? Now he may if he believes in the film or whatnot, but that's on him. That would be a choice. That would be a choice that he chooses to make. But understand, people who are making the movies, they know if they want to have The Rock be the star of the movie, they're going to have to come up with $20 million. Because he's not lowering his standards unless he chooses to lower his standards. So now we got to understand that it's a choice if you're going to continue to lower your standards. If I'm going to continue to lower my standards. So let's stop lowering our standards so we can get and live the life that we deserve to live. All right, y'all. Hey, share this message because somebody needs to hear that they got to stop settling for the 2 when they can have the 20. You can live ordinary, you can live extraordinary. Choose to live extraordinary. Peace.
I got kicked out of 2 different high schools. I graduated from an alternative school. Never once did I think this Dr. Damon Arnold guy existed inside of me. Now understand this.